Hello Smite, this is Varance here. I'm the coach of Pandora Effect. Pandora Effect is a amateur team that I put together. Some really great people in it. Today we're going to be going over one of PanEff's pre-mades they did last night. Last night being probably 2 days before the posting of this video. So today I actually have the mid laner for PanEff with us, Media, who's going to be playing Isis in this match. Media, say hi to everybody.
Hi everybody, I'm Media. I am the mid laner for Pandora Effect.
Alright, so we're going to start this game off by following the solo lane and jungle at the beginning of this match. As you can see from the mini-map, we're still paused here. Tim, who's actually not a part of the team, he filled for us that night, is heading over to the solo lane to drop a little flower, and he'll probably drop one in mid and duo. Very good thing to do on Sylvanas. You have plenty of time if you can get out of base fast enough. As we see here, as we're currently viewing Ed and Sir on Spider Lady. They have a red ward here. As you see, as I click the red ward, shows everything that it covers. And the enemy team is over here. They can now see Ed and Sir. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play and keep following Ed and Sir in 3, 2, 1, go. So we're watching Ed and Sir as they decide they're going to go for an invade. You can see that they picked up a heavy hammer on Hercules. And Ed and Sir picked up a normal jungle build. Standard jungle build is Bumbas, Boots 1, Hog, and two pots, actually, HP pots. She went 2 wards in this. You can watch here the red lane suddenly realizes that the solo lane on our side is invading, so they decide to go around the back way to not get caught out. Ed and Sir places one of her wards, so does Hercules as aimed demon. They realize that nobody's there. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where the other people are. At this point, they should have gone ahead and just gone straight in and took those buffs immediately. They'd spent a lot of time, about 10 seconds, not doing anything. So here they are taking the speed camp. Hog's the speed camp. I would have saved that hog for the blue camp. Blue camp's a lot harder to get down. They realized, I'm sure at this point, that the enemy team was in the solo lane. They should have gone ahead and bypassed this buff considering their hog was down. They didn't, but Ed and Sir takes some good damage here. We're going to follow Hercules as he fights 2v1 over here. Gets the buff. He's on Derpules, my favorite Hercules skin. Ed and Sir heals up with her 1 venomous bite. And they head straight on in the lane, taking a little bit of poke there from Nuwa. Nothing real special going on here. They're back in the lane. Ed and Sir healing up with venomous bite again. Enemy team, solo team consists of a Nuwa and a Thor. So we're going to go here and watch the duo lane heading over to Tim. Tim got a kill. I believe that was first blood. Coming out from the Sylvanas. Xbalanque fell to Geb, or not to Geb, to Apollo, which is kind of rough. Feeding the the other ADC is not too great. See Matty making his way back. So we're going to go ahead. Nothing really going on here. We're going to follow Media here in the mid lane. So Media is with me here, following Media on Isis. Rank 10 Isis, Media. Played a lot of Isis, huh?
Recognizing that. Doesn't mean that I'm good though.
I see here you went with a 4-pot start here.
It was basic attack, coach.
Yeah, there's some pro basic attacks right there coming out. You could have pushed a little bit harder with your wing gust here. You had 4 mana pots, so you weren't really worried about. Man, you go ahead and push there. I would have aimed for the minions, not for. Wow, okay, so I hit nothing. I would have aimed for the minions there instead of Giannis. No real need to aim for Giannis. You can see on the mini-map, Ed and Sir's going for the speed buff. Sylvanas makes his way over. Let's go watch that. Sylvanas comes in for a rotation, and you're going to help him clear that wave, I see. But they started mid camps, and you guys didn't do anything. That's the very important thing for you guys to do, is hit those mid camps. The enemy team did get them, which puts them ahead, and I don't know if that puts them ahead or not. No, actually it doesn't, but it closes the gap in the EXP just a little bit.
That was lag right there.
Go ahead and hit L. Hit L. It'll stop that from happening again. That was slow mo.
Okay.
So we see Tim. Oh, that ult went right between you two guys. So I'm going to click on you here, following you on the ISIS. You're pushing that wave pretty good now. We see Thor. They get the other mid camps too. They got both mid camps, which put them another 300 gold closer. Aim Demon gets rid of Nuwa in the solo lane there. So nothing major happening here. So you try to silence him.
I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have really. You blew your entire kit to achieve nothing. I would have gone ahead and backed off. Well, let's go ahead and follow. Let's go ahead and follow Maddie over here. We're seeing Maddie versus Flame Two Hand. Flame Two Hand. I guess that's why he picked Apollo. I'm not sure. Sylvanas comes in and gives Maddie a little bit of a heal. Places a ward. It looks like Tim placed 2 wards here. You can see them on the mini map where my cursor's at. From mid lane. Isis, you're pushed up real kind of deep without a ward there on either side of you. And you can see where Thor's at here on the speed or the damage camp. He could have come by and got you pretty easy if he wanted to.
I haven't been back at that point of time, and I've really been backing now. And
I see you're going for your damage buff. I wouldn't have pushed up that far ahead, even though you were kind of beating the Giannis. I see you go ahead and you're going to make a rotation. You don't get spotted because there's no ward there, so you actually have good coverage. But Arachne gets a little ahead of herself there. You guys didn't bait it out very well.
No.
So you're kind of up here by yourself again. Not good. Your entire team is behind you. You got stunned. There goes you see the Giannis portal coming through.
Yes.
And your team just now showed up, and you fall through a portal. Look at the damage you took from that. See?
Yep,
that's why you needed your team there. You should have called for your team at that point. Been like, hey, I wanna aggress on this. Aggress.
I believe I did.
Well, if you did and they didn't pay attention to you, that's their fault.
No,
Apollo managed to pick you off there, I see. But Aim Demon makes an amazing rotation. Late rotation, I would say. He should have rotated a little bit sooner. He didn't rotate until after he had taken out the Nuwa, it looked like. Could have teleported just a little bit sooner. Could have walked into the jungle over here around the speed and mana buff and gone ahead and teleported. Then again, you do pick off the Apollo, and we're going to follow Aimed here as he continues to pester this Geb. Real good aggression on this Geb here. You guys should have turned focus on Thor. Again, real good aggression coming. Oh, that was a close.
Oh,
that was close.
close.
He's zoning out pretty good there. This Hercules game is pretty good. I'd say an earlier rotation would have been the only thing I could have mentioned there. Your guys' team, you should have gone right after Gold Fury right here. This should have been a Gold Fury, but you guys didn't.
Not call for it, coach.
You guys can call for that. You can be like, hey, let's go for Gold Fury, and then
Okay.
Captain doesn't have to make all the calls. If you guys see that Gold Fury is a good opportunity, go ahead and take it. Yeah, that would have been a great 7-minute Gold Fury there, but you guys didn't go for it. So we're gonna follow you back here. You finally got your wards out.
Yes, I did.
You save Edensor a little bit there. Edensor Spider's out. So we're gonna go back and follow you here. If I click the right person. They're going from mid camps. No, actually, they're going for a rotation. You should have seen them go through that portal and followed them a little bit sooner. You probably would have managed to catch this Thor a little bit. Oh, that missed. Might want to work on your spirit balls.
Okay.
Wait till they're inside the spirit ball to detonate it. You see Thor goes behind the tower.
Yep, definitely in the tower.
Yeah, see, if you had been a little bit sooner, you could have saved aim, I think, there. You managed to pick off the You did pick off the Giannis. That's really good. You mess with. Oh, there's actually a decent stun there. And this is where you go down.
Yep.
And Edensor and. So they shouldn't have chased this Geb. They should have gone after the Nuwa. Look at Nuwa getting a free tower because of that. Look where Edensor is now chasing way too far, way too deep, all by herself. Way overextended. Hogs the camp there, and it goes for the speed. Still in really deep.
Situation.
Yeah, I really wouldn't have stayed in this situation because now Giannis can come over. Yeah, and you see Giannis managed to steal that speed back. And Edensor still out of position. Really, the better idea there would have been someone should have called Nuwa, and you guys should have ganged Nuwa. It's just as simple as that. So we're gonna go back to duo lane, follow Maddie. Maddie's doing duo lane stuff. He's even with the Apollo.
Opportunity to actually kill Apollo right there.
Yeah, look at that. He actually does get a pretty good chance here to. There you go. Tem gets Tem's wisp to get it. Geb comes in too late. See, Geb's rotation was late. You pick up your damage buff here, and Arachne is not getting any farm. Arachne's going after speed buff. Goes past speed buff, actually. Hercules really didn't need any help there. Hercules is very powerful. A little bit underrated in today's meta, in my opinion. I don't see a lot of Hercules getting played. People would rather pick tier, Sun Wukong. You see a little bit of Cyrus coming out. Some mages, some guardians actually. You see a lot of Sobek and Hades coming out. Edensor not really paying attention. Using her. See, she's not in a good position here. She's 1v1ing someone 3 levels higher than her. You see that?
Yeah,
She should have just gone after the wave. So we're gonna follow you up here. We're following you through the jungle. Your ward is down there. You do have a ward. Do you place one? No, you don't. You actually get hit from behind by Geb. You could have placed that ward on the move. I'm pretty sure that you had a ward behind you. You should have been able to see that rotation coming in from behind you.
I just stood there.
Yeah, you just stood there. I'm not sure what your plan of action was there. You get saved by Sylvanas. Sylvanas saved you pretty good.
That was good.
Now, this is where I would rotate in if I was aimed. Right, I would have rotated in as soon as this... did you notice how the fight started at the mid-camp?
They were there. They were spending time together.
Yeah, did you see how this fight started at the mid-camp?
But we did pretty good, though.
Yeah, you did do pretty good. However, the fight started at the mid-camp. That's when AIM should have started making his way over. You probably could have picked up a couple more kills. And then Gold Fury. Yeah, you guys should have gone straight for Gold Fury. You could have gotten that tower right after that. You would have had 5 people there. Easy tower. Maybe could have gotten a tier 2, or you could have rotated over to that tier 1 on the duo side and cleared that too. It would have been a real quick and easy.
See that?
Yeah.
He hugged it too early.
Yeah, I saw that. So you're building you're actually building your Warlock Sash second. Is that going to be a Warlock Sash?
Yes. No. I believe so. Yes, it is. It's not.
I would have built that first.
Okay. I was thinking like that, but since I kind of want my mobility,
Isis is pretty good with mobility with her wing gust. She can kind of, she moves around with no penalties.
Yeah.
I still would have built that Warlock Sash. Now see how long it's taking you to get that Warlock Sash. Now you're pushed ahead. Look at how you're kind of surrounded here. If you were spotted, which you are, you just hit the minions, they could have collapsed on you pretty hard. You know what I mean?
Right, but I had my ward, so I know that he was coming.
You did have plenty of wards there. You saw you backed up, but you still shouldn't have gone in there by yourself. You should have rotated over to duo and helped them out.
Oh my gosh.
You actually used your entire kit to secure that. I would have let it go. Yeah, I would have let that go. You would have done better to have, instead of pushing forward that lane, because it was already pushed far enough anyways, is to have rotated over to duo side and gotten a gank on the Apollo and Geb, and you guys could have pushed down that tier 1. Aim Demon falls over there to the Nuwa, it looks like. Enser going in by herself again. Let's follow Enser. Look at this. Enser by herself, not paying any attention to the fact that there is a Thor just chilling there, ready to go. Now, keep in mind, both the Thor and Arachne. Oh, what's going on here? She doesn't go anywhere. That's a waste of an ult. Big time waste of an ult. You see Maddie trying to help you out from the lane there with his ult. You come in, good spirit ball. Great silence so he couldn't roll out. Two of you, however, do get caught in that. I would have turned on Giannis right here. Giannis would have been a priority target.
I missed my spirit ball too.
Yeah. Giannis goes ahead and gets out though. Doesn't want no part of that. You guys are still fighting up there really deep. I would have disengaged and gone after this mid camp as a whole. Maddie's getting one side, you're getting the other side. Would have done that a little sooner, and I would have rotated as an entire team over there to that tier 1. You see that tier 1 sitting there?
Mm-hmm.
That should have been a priority. Instead of back camps. Back camps not a big priority. Tier 1 better priority. And you end up leaving Aimed and Sylvanas up there by themselves, and you guys don't really accomplish anything. Very uncoordinated efforts coming out here.
Anissa here is just working pretty much alone.
Yeah, she's not working she's not like being a part of the team. Great thunderbolt going out there, scaring the hell out of my dog.
Maddie, by the way.
Say what?
I'm with Maddie right now. That's why.
Yeah, I see you heading over there to work. Oh, you back right here. You're actually quite ahead here. Let's see, compared to the Giannis is 10 and you are 15. That's very, very good. Giannis just now hit 11. I still priorities. Towers, Gold Fury, Fire Giant, priorities. Mid camps, priorities. Edinster trying to get farm where she can. She's really under-farmed here. I can tell you why she's under-farmed. Look at her build. She has no damage output at all here at level 10. 15 minutes in.
Recommend after that Teleria item.
Really, after that Teleria item, I would have gone straight into Ekival. Ekival would have given her some damage bonus and some attack speed to help her out. After the Ekival, I would have gone into Executioner, which would have increased her damage a little bit, given her more attack speed and defense. Yeah, would have given her more defense reduction, which would have been beneficial. She goes in here and takes this tower. I don't know why Giannis didn't go ahead. Oh, you killed Giannis. That's why he didn't make his rotation over. I mean, the Hasten Fatalis is a great item on Arachne. One of the few gods that really pulls off the Hasten really well is Arachne. And I'm a big fan of the Arachne Hasten. However, that can come fourth. You don't need it. Second item, because it doesn't give any damage. Alright, so... And sir, as you watch this, I would go, like I said, go into your Ekival, Executioner, and then onward. So let's go ahead and follow media now.
Okay.
You guys should have collapsed all around that tower. Geb should have gone, or Sylvanas should have gone in, initiated.
That's a wasted ult.
Yeah, Geb should have gone. That's a very poorly placed spirit ball. You need to predict more. You need to predict where they're going and aim where they're going to be, so that way the spirit balls connect. And look how long it took you guys to fully rotate in here. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Really late rotations. You're not prioritizing the objectives. I can't stress that enough. Objectives. Those are the most important things that will win your games more than kills will. I've seen it happen before. I've played a league match where our team was actually ahead by like 20 kills, but we lost the match because the enemy team had all the objectives. They had 5 towers, 2 Gold Furies. You know, we had kills, but we just didn't have the control. The control wasn't there, you know. Mm-hmm. That's what it comes down to. A Gold Fury pickup. Actually, a Fire Giant would have been really good here. You had Maddie and Hercules. You guys probably could have done it. Edinster came up right then. If not, the Gold Fury was a second better pick, seeing that Sylvanas was down. So Gold Fury, not a bad pickup here. I see that Hog 3 is coming out of aimed. I would have made that a... Let's see. You have 3 Hog 3s. You needed a Fist of the Gods. Solo lane should always pick up Fist. Yeah, Solo should always pick up a Fist. So there's that. Edinster really underfarmed despite having Talaria boots. Needs that damage output for Venomous Bite to be effective early game. Venomous Bite, really good early game. Ganking skill, max that first. Max your spiders second. And then your web as your last item. Or your last skill. You guys gain those mid harpies. At this point, you need to be gathering up and pushing mid lane, is where I would have gone. I would have called, hey, let's push mid. And all 5 of you should have gathered up and done just that. Not really sure what... There's really no communication going on. I can tell just by watching. You guys aren't, like... You don't have to wait for... You don't have to wait for Maddie to make a call. If you guys see something, call it. You know, like, hey, mid, you know? And then you guys run mid, you know what I mean? So there's that. So really think about that when you guys are playing in the future. You guys, at this point in the game, you guys should be staying together. Good, you go after the Fire Giant. Not bad at all. Arachne, you should have gone ahead and gone on the fire as well. I see you're zoning out the Giannis there. Oh, very good pull, keeping the Geb out of the fight. However, you guys really should have got off the Fire Giant. See how many of them came over to try to stop you? Mm-hmm. You guys should have got off the Fire Giant and turned onto the team fight and then gone back to it. Would have been the better thing to do. Once the zoning, obviously you guys were zoning, that was good. However, you zoned, you were zoning pretty hard. However, the entire enemy team did show up, just about. You guys took out 4 of the 5 people. Nua didn't participate in that fight, I don't believe. I would have leashed the Fire Giant, reset it, gone onto the team fight, and then if you'd gotten that same number of kills, you could have then gone after the Fire Giant and then pushed mid lane like you're doing now. Still following you. You guys are together here. Maddie's already level 20. Real good. I don't have much to say about Maddie. He pretty much played his role correctly. Stayed in his lane like he was supposed to. Pushed down the 2 towers like he was supposed to. Rotations in the mid lane. The best thing I can say is more calls coming out of Maddie. Gold Furies, Fire Giants, towers. Because Maddie, you need to be a part of those team fights and part of those tower kills because you're the hunter. You're the one that's going to drop those towers, going to drop those players down really hard, followed closely behind by the mage. Very good quadra kill coming out there. You guys take that. And I believe they surrender right about here, if I'm not mistaken. You guys are killing the Titan pretty quick. Do you guys kill it or do they surrender?
I believe they surrendered.
I'm pretty sure they surrendered. Yeah, you reset the Titan. You guys are going ham over there. We're just watching Edinster here. She's split pushing. You're really far. You're really way back here. If we go to you, look where you're at. You and Edinster should have been mid lane. There's no need for the split push or that red buff. None at all. You guys really should have gone in and taken that Titan. Like, you had it. You had Fire Giant. And it was just a free win. You know, you could have ended it right there if the whole team had been there. Again, coordination, priorities, big thing. You guys end. If they do surrender out, but that's about it for that. The biggest thing is those objectives are real important. You want to go after those towers, those Gold Furies, buff camps. Like I said, I don't know if you've ever seen the Smite Pro Leagues. If anybody that's watching this video does watch the Smite Pro Leagues, a lot of times they shows the
map control percentage and what buffs were controlled by what teams. And the winning teams generally usually have anywhere between 20 to generally about 20% more map control. They have more Gold Furies, in some cases even all the Gold Furies and most of the Fire Giants, if not all of the Fire Giants. The team that gets the most objectives do win, majority of the time. So keep that in mind for all you guys, watching this that have your own team or thinking about building a team or in a team. Objective control is a real big deal. We're going to go ahead and look at the stats here. Everybody did great. I mean, that team also didn't have the coordination. If you had more coordination, that game probably would have ended at 10 minutes. I think you had the better lineup by far. You guys had a great picks and ban phase. Just for those that don't know, picks and bans is very, very, very important. Counter picking your enemy team or picking the strongest picks you can for your own team is the best. We had a Sylvanas, Shibalanke, very strong solo lane. Isis, good overall mid laner, very neutral, not too much counter as Isis. Isis is a good pickup in most cases, in my opinion. There's all kinds of picks, obviously, from mid. Any of the mages would work. Isis was a great pickup here. Hercules has a heal. Isis has a heal. Arachne can heal herself. Sylvanas has a heal. Really good sustain is what this is. Isis ult, great team fight. You zone out a spot, everybody fights inside that circle, and you pop it, you heal your team, you kill the enemy. Simple like that. Again, it is a zoning thing. People don't want to walk in that. Let's just basically rotations. Like I said, I'm gonna stress it again. Earlier rotations, objectives. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Okay.
I can go over your builds real quick before we close it out. We got a heavy hammer coming out of Hercules. For that early invade, I would have built straight into the mystical mail after that, and then everything else would have been fine after that. Sylvanas had a good build coming out there. Perfect build for Sylvanas. Of course, I know Tim. He knows the support role well. Isis coming out with the Magi's boots, could have been second. Should have gone into the Sash first, then Magi's, and then a Obsidian shard. Would have been great here. You don't need a whole lot of cooldown early on with Isis. You could have built the Bancrofts if you really wanted it, but didn't really need it. You could have built anything really at that point. No need to double stack there. I mean, the build itself was looking pretty good. I just would have put the Sash first, really.
Okay.
Coming out of Arachne, we have Talaria boots, Hasten Fatalis, Asai, and then the Heavy Mace, I believe is what it's called. Yep, Heavy Mace. Alright, I would have gone here. Talaria, really good in the jungle for most characters. Would have followed it up with a Kybal, Executioner, Hasten, and then, whatever you wanted after that. A couple crit items could have been great there. Shibalanke coming out with the Devos into the Ninja Tabby. Devos got a recent nerf, but I don't think the nerf is so bad as to make them not a thing anymore. The nerf of the Devo gauntlets is they have to stack up to 75 now. It takes 75 stacks, and instead of 0.25 life steal per stack, you get 0.2. Not a massive difference, considering you get 15 additional stacks. Of course, it is a bit of a nerf. You don't get as much lifesteal, but I still think they're a good pickup. A good build here would have, I personally have tried out this build. You could have gone Devs into Heartseeker into Hasten, which would have given me the same move speed as the boots there into Executioner and double crit. That could have been a thing. I don't know. Still everybody around the entire Smite community is kind of looking into those types of builds. As items change, builds change, and there's no such thing as not trying anything new. There's, of course you got meta builds, but I mean, there's always room for improvement to anything, especially any kind of build. I mean, some builds even get built by people that are not that are not professional, and professional players pick them up. I've seen that a couple times in the past. So keep that in mind. Experiment, but don't get too crazy with it. You know, there are things that just don't work. You know, if you're going to triple stack, that's not going to work. You know, so don't do it. But I think that will close off our first game this time. Again, I'm Varence. I'm the Pandora Effect coach. I know that my experience is a little bit more limited than others, but I'm learning. I like to learn any of your views, your opinions on what I've said. You know, give me your advice. I like to watch. You know, I watch streams. I watch the pro leagues. I listen to casters. I like to follow other coaches and really kind of get a good base of knowledge. You know, so I'm always down for learning. So yeah, just leave a comment on the YouTube page here and let me know what you think.
Sure,
And
guys,
media, anything you want to say before you leave?
Look us up on Twitch. We will be streaming anytime soon, and we will be happy for you guys to come watch us. Look for us, Pandora Effect.
Pandora Effect will be competing in tournaments in approximately 3 to 4 weeks, so be looking for those Smite Central tournaments coming out from Pandora Effect. Hope to see some good things coming out from the team. And so that's about it. I'll wrap it up, and thank you guys, and I will see you next week.